Welcome and good morning. My name is Trooper Frank Cooper, Louisiana State Police. I will be your narrator for this sudden impact mock crash this morning. We're going to give just a few more seconds. Let everybody gather down.
Yeah, we're doing pistol, rifles, and shotgun.
Please, during this, if you can put your cell phones on vibrate if you have them. You're more than welcome to record if you like. Please keep the noise down for us. There's a lot of moving parts that are about to happen. So we want everybody, for safety reasons, to stay behind the cones for us. If there is an emergency or something real life happens, just please raise your hand and go to the back of the crowd and let the faculty know. Again, my name is Trooper Frank Cooper, Louisiana State Police. I've been doing sudden impact for about 3 years now. Along with University Medical Center and everybody else is involved today. Bienville superintendents here along with the school, Arcadia High School, thank you for letting us have this. The number one leading cause in teen deaths is still motor vehicle crashes. That's why you're here today. Just last year alone in this area, we lost probably 60% of the fatalities we worked were due to impaired driving. What you're about to witness this morning is a two-vehicle crash. Nick, he was at a party, he had a few to drink, and he got behind the wheel. When we consume alcohol, our judgment fades, we think we can drive, and we're going to show you the consequences of what impairment looks like. We're also going to show you the consequences of what not buckling up in your vehicle looks like. So please, again, give us your attention, keep the phones on vibrate, and please, if you take one thing out of this, use it. Don't drink and drive, and buckle up every time you get behind the wheel.
Arcadia SO to Arcadia Police Department. Be advised, we have a 2-car crash with injuries, 967 Daniel Street. 967 Daniel Street, that's going to be Arcadia High School. BPSO and LSP are en route, and Pepper is en route as well.
What you just witnessed was a dispatch to a two-vehicle crash. Obviously what we have is the front right occupant was not buckled up and she has been ejected. The driver of that vehicle also, you can see she slumped over and unresponsive. Police department is en route along with the EMS personnel. As we all are aware, we live in Bienville Parish. It may take some time for EMS personnel to get to you. So as you can hear now, all the sirens coming, they're responding to the scene. The number one thing when they get on scene is they're looking for injuries, seeing how many people were involved, and what the seriousness of the injuries are. As the fire department arrives, they go into life-saving mode. They're trying to make sure that everybody is okay. A lot of things that are starting to happen at this point. All the agencies start working together. As you notice, there's a beer can that fell out of the car as Nick got out of the vehicle. As the police department and sheriff's office are walking around the scene, trying to verify that we have any injuries. The trooper just now arrived on the scene. Vigil can start and begin his investigation as well. The Pafford, as they get here, they immediately go to work. They're checking all occupants. The trooper showed up on the scene. He's also trying to verify and see if we have anybody that's impaired. Obviously with the beer can laying there, that may be a little bit of a clue. As you can notice, there's a lot of things going on at this point.
Shut up.
So if you notice the trooper, he must smell a little bit of alcohol on the subject's breath. He's going automatically, he's going into field sobriety. He's trying to determine if the driver was impaired. The impairment could be a variety of things. It could be alcohol, it could be narcotics, it could be any over-the-counter type drug. Anything that could impair the ability to operate a motor vehicle. So what he's doing right now, he's getting into his investigation. Obviously he smells and detects there's something on Nick that he thinks has impaired his ability to drive. Also, while that's happening, Stafford is on scene and they're trying to get the passengers out of the vehicle that Nick hit. This happens every day. They did not expect to get in this crash this morning. If you notice the right occupant, she's not moving, she's not breathing. This is every parent's worst nightmare.
What happened? What happened, baby?
Just like on any crash that we work, the parents just arrived on scene. They immediately recognize that that is their daughter or their son that was involved in this crash. There's a lot of uncertainty that's going on right now. They don't know if they're alive. They don't know if they're hurt. All they can see is that the paramedics are working really quick to get them out of the vehicle to get them to the emergency medical center. This is every parent's worst nightmare. There's so much uncertainty at this point, they don't know what's really going on. They're being held back and they're trying to save their lives by the EMS personnel that's working the scene right now. You also notice the trooper still conducting field sobriety. As he's walking that line, it looks like he's not doing very well. So maybe he made a poor choice getting behind the wheel. There are other options.
Oh my God, what happened? Nicholas, what did you do? What did you do?
It's obvious at this point that the trooper suspects that Nick has been under the influence, so he has just put him in handcuffs and he's going to read his Miranda rights to him. His mom just showed up on scene. And just that quick to the instant, all these lives have just been changed by one decision. So they've determined that the right front occupant, this brown vehicle, is deceased. Notification is being made right now for the coroner's office to arrive at the scene. So Nick made one decision today. This is going to affect his whole outcome for the next maybe 30, 40 years of his life. Right now, at this time, we have one deceased victim on scene. So what Nick is looking at right now with this charge is vehicular homicide. You get up to 30 years in jail for this just one charge. Nick didn't expect this. Look at all the other lives that have been affected by this. What about Nick's mom? What about Nick's family? What about his student body? What about our deceased? So Pafford, they did load the driver up. They've rushed him to the University Medical Center. They are now rushing to get her out and get her into the ER room where the nurses at the University Medical Center will take over. Once inside the ER, the nurses go to work, the doctors go to work. There could be up to 10 to 15 people in that one room trying to survive. They've been notified that the hearse is on the way. That's where they'll begin to remove her from the vehicle. So if you can see, the hearse has just arrived on scene. He's pulling in right now. She doesn't get a second opportunity. She does not get a second chance. This is the part everybody feels. With all this still going on, the troopers still investigating the crash. Along with the other occupant being in the ER, getting worked on. The hearse arrives on scene. They'll do every task that nobody wants to do. They'll actually remove her from the vehicle. They'll actually put her in a bag, and she'll be off to the morgue. So as they go, they begin to work to pull her out of the vehicle. I know it's hard to see for you people on this end. They just laid the bag out and about to remove her and set her in the bag. During all of this, Nick is still wondering what happened. The parents that arrived on scene, they're still trying to figure out what happened. They don't know if their loved ones are alive. They don't know if their sons and daughters passed away. And as you can see over here in the ER, the driver didn't make it as well. They had just pronounced her deceased. They're backing her up at this time. So not only do we have one fatality, we have now 2 fatalities in this crash. So Nick is only now looking at 60 years in prison. He's also injured somebody, so that's an additional 15 years. Nick is looking at life in prison for one bad decision. So they have put the right front occupant in the bag. She'll be loaded up in the morgue, or in the hearse, and she'll be on her way to the morgue. The next time her parents will see her, maybe during an open casket, 6-year-old. She's not going to get that second chance. So once the troopers finish investigating the crash, they start processing all the evidence. Obviously, Nick went to jail. The troopers are still conducting their investigation. So after that, they're en route to the University Medical Center in Shreveport to find out the condition of the other driver. Obviously, the doctor